Hello, everybody. It's your virtual chaplain, Father Michael Murray, reaching out to you from Fairfax County, Virginia. Well, we've arrived at the great mystery, the greatest mystery of all. We as Catholics and Christians believe in that on Easter Sunday, the Father raised Jesus from the dead. The message is that while death is a part of life, death is not the last word. I don't presume to really add much to the mystery of the resurrection. I think in many respects that's above my pay grade. But briefly want to just share a little story in terms of how does the mystery of the resurrection that we take on faith, how does that impact our day-to-day lives? Real quick, great story. Francis de Sales talks about when Mary Magdalene goes to visit the tomb of Jesus 2 days after the crucifixion. She goes to the tomb. She finds the stone rolled back. She sees the wrappings in the cave. She's beside herself, right? She assumes that someone's stolen the body. And she bumps into someone that she assumes, Francis de Sales tells us, is like a groundskeeper. And she assumes that he has some knowledge of who came to take the body, why they did it, where the body might be. So she approaches this person, not realizing it's the risen Jesus himself, right? And she says, can you tell me what they've done with his body and how I can find it? She doesn't recognize it because, as Francis de Sales says, she probably has a preconceived notion of what the risen Jesus looks like. But he's standing right in front of her, very ordinary, until he speaks her name. And as soon as he speaks her name, Mary, she recognizes who he is. I think the takeaway for me, and it's what I offer for your reflection and consideration for the great mystery of the resurrection, is that the risen Jesus appears to us on a daily basis, maybe in our own minds, our own thoughts, certainly in our relationships with other people, but we don't recognize it. We think of the resurrected Christ, we think of glory and angels and choirs and all this kind of stuff. Whereas for Francis de Sales, he says, the risen Jesus is with us in the ordinary and everyday give and take of life. So my challenge to me and my challenge to you is, as we celebrate the great mystery of Christ's victory over death, ask for the vision we need, the intuition we need, the wisdom we need, and the openness we need to recognize the risen Jesus in places where we don't expect, sometimes within ourselves, and very, very often in our relationships with each other. Happy Easter.